corporate recruiter here to review your resumes to get you a job. So the resume we have up first is a data analyst, not a data scientist. Those are different jobs. What we need, and I want to be clear before I start, I do more than tech resumes, but right now tech is in the dumpster, and that dumpster is on fire. So about 50 to 70% of the resumes that are sent to me are tech, but I do non-tech. So for a data analyst, we need degree, industry. I can't be in every industry, but like healthcare or B2B. So whatever the industry actually is, there's going to be one or two different things. SQL, data visualization, Tableau, Power BI, Looker, how you can influence stakeholders, explaining technical concepts to non-technical stakeholders, how you solved a problem with the data, not what the data is. That is a huge one that everybody messes up on. MS Excel, macros, pivot tables, VLOOKUP, you need that. If I don't see that, that's like an instant rejection. I've seen that in so many different job descriptions. Word, ETL, Python, R, multiple projects and deadline, and a nice to have is cloud and AI. So recruiters only have 20 seconds to find what we need in the resume, and this is a bad resume. It's probably a very garbage resume. This person has over 150 to 1. What that is, it's a ratio. This is how you can actually tell if your resume is good or bad, is its ratio, which is how many applications it takes to get an interview. Your goal at a minimum should be 50 applications to one interview at a minimum. That is how you know. If you're getting anything more than 50 to 1, it's bad. If you're getting less than 1 in 50, it's great. So that is the break point, basically. Now, there are exceptions, like if you're international, that's going to lower and tank your chances, but I try to review everything as if they were not international, and I'm assuming this person's resume is bad. So, all right, so this person stated they are an international student. Okay, that's definitely going to tank their chances. With 2 years of data experience and data science, summer internships, and is looking for their first full-time job. So, wow, brain just stopped. International students ratio is going to be anywhere between, I'd say, about 1 in 100. I know that's awful, but my formats usually get people about a 1 in 7. They get internationals about 1 in 30 until the Trump changes, which made it into about a 1 in 100, and that's just unfortunately the fact. So this is still bad even for an international because it should still be less than 1 in 150, but let's see if I can find this in 20 seconds. And go. Okay, can't use anything here. Can't use anything here. What's your education? All the way at the bottom. All right, masters. Train 90 users. Okay, don't care. SQL, I do care about. Workshops in R and Python. Okay, and what? Okay, reduce client cycle time by 45% for 5 clients with crossfire. Okay, that's it. That's all the time I got. That is it. That is why your formatting matters. Is it's not because I care if it looks pretty. I care that I only have 20 seconds, and the worse the formatting, the longer it takes me to read it, which in this case, I only got down to here. So you should use this format. This is on my website. It's free. This is the best format unless you are a high-level director or you are working a ton of contract jobs. This does not work for those, but for everybody else, from software engineers to accountants to data analysts and everything in between, you want this format. This is how you do it. So, formatting aside, which is a bad format, is you gave me absolutely nothing I needed, with the exception of SQL. Now, I know a lot of people will probably stop watching because they're like, well, you're just keyword hunting, and I'm not. I'm qualification hunting, and there is a big difference between keyword hunting and qualification hunting. And what a keyword is, which, to be clear, recruiters don't call it this. I've never heard in my entire career a recruiter call one of these a keyword. That's literally not what they say, but this is what everybody else knows them as, so we're calling them that, is these are the key of what the manager is looking for in the next role. So they want somebody that can do data visualization, that can influence stakeholders. That is what a keyword is. It's basically a skill, whether it's soft or not soft, that the hiring team is looking for. And you can't just write the skill. That is what this person did here, and this is why it doesn't work. Because, again, we are qualification hunting, and a qualification is the keyword. It does include, right? A keyword is included in a qualification, plus how you used it, which I think this person actually did, plus where you used it, which this person did not, plus the reason or result of using it. If you do not have all 4 of those, that is not a qualification. This is why a summary and a skills section don't matter. There are some very niche, one day I'll learn how to pronounce that, reasons you would want a summary, but in 90% of the cases, you don't want it, right? So in this case, they should delete the summary, they should delete the skills section because they're not helping. Because you know what? I actually do need this. I do need this right here. Whoop. And I need this right here. The problem is it's useless to me here because it's a keyword, which we're not keyword hunting, we're qualification hunting. So it needs to be here. And then we go on to the actual bullet points. And the problem is, again, you don't tell me anything I need. Where's the Excel? Where's explaining complex topics to non-technical stakeholders? Where is influencing them? Where is what you did with the data, not the data itself? Reduced planning cycle time by 45%. No, I will challenge you to look at a job description that says you must have reduced cycle time by 40% or else you will not get an interview. Nobody writes that on the resume. This is needless information. There's nothing here that is related. This is the only thing that matters, and you have to tell me how. The context matters. If you do not have context for any of this stuff, it's going to get rejected, and it's going to get rejected by the hiring manager, not just the recruiter. Like, everybody thinks that, oh, the recruiter, it's not just the recruiter, right? Like, I know our reputation. Sometimes it's deserved. Most of the time it's not. But this is the stuff that the manager wants. If a recruiter brought this resume to a manager, you know what that manager would say is, all right, they have Excel, right? Where is it? Only here. I'm Control F in this. It's not showing anywhere else. Where's the Excel? I don't see it. They're lying. All right, what about, let's say, I think you did have Python somewhere. Python. All right, where is it? Okay, so you did have Python. That was good. We did find that. Power BI. Where's Power BI? There, that's it. That's it. The only place it's there. You don't tell me how you used it. That means you looked at it once and they don't believe you. So that's what a manager thinks, not the recruiter. So I'm going to need you to put, honestly, most of the stuff that was here in here, because this is the stuff that matters. Candidates think that this whatever cycle time and these percentages are what matters, and they don't. Nobody really cares about those, right? Like, that's not impact. Impact is the reason or result you did something. This is just a random number that means nothing. So I'm not trying to be mean. I'm just saying that this is how the real world works. And if you don't do this, you're going to struggle to get an interview because we are in a recession. And because we're in a recession, your competition is fierce and the amount of jobs are less than the amount of people looking for those jobs. So before we go to the next resume, I just want to thank everybody for liking, commenting, subscribing, and sharing it with your friends and family and reposting. I don't understand the YouTube algorithm, but I know that stuff helps, so thank you very much. And I wanted to thank all of my members who get access to my videos early. Thank you very much. I really, really do appreciate it. And if you ever need any more help, you can join my live stream every Monday, Wednesday, Friday at 11 a.m. PST at twitch.tv/headlessheadhunter. And let's go to the next resume. This is another bad resume. This person has 150 plus to 1, and again, that's how you know it's bad. And they are a new grad software engineer. And I already can tell what the problem is before I review it, because this is a very, very, very common new grad software engineer mistake that they make. This is very specific to software engineers, but they always make this, is once you graduate, you need to pick a stack. I don't actually know if this is front end. This might not be a front-end developer, but when you're applying to software engineer jobs, you need to pick a stack. And if you don't pick a stack, you will have a generalized resume, and you will probably get rejected by most everybody. There are some companies that do hire language agnostic. They're rare. I'm telling you all right now, pick a stack. It will be so much more beneficial for a career. You can even have multiple resumes for multiple stacks. That's fine. You just need to focus your resume on a particular stack. So I saw JavaScript and not TypeScript, so I'm going to make a wild assumption this is front end. And what we need for front end is JavaScript, React, Angular, HTML, CSS, PHP, Next.js, SQL, Scrum, Agile, RESTful APIs, SEO, Git, CLCD. That should be CICD. That was a spelling mistake on my part. Sorry about that. Node.js, 0 to 1, communicate with stakeholders and needs into a product. And a bonus for all that other stuff. So, can I find this in 20 seconds? Probably not. And go. Okay, degree, good. UI, JavaScript, okay. HTML usability, okay. Optimize Java, okay. Don't care. Maybe, okay, so it's a Java developer. SQL, okay. SQL, Scrum, and XML bilingual. Okay, that is not enough. I'm even looking down here. Yeah, there's not enough. So this is the problem with not picking a stack is you need 75% of these to move forward. I found 30%, 35%. I also found some Java developer stuff. The problem is you did not have enough Java to move forward for a back-end Java developer. You did not have enough both back-end and front-end for a full stack, and you did not have enough front-end for a front-end role. This is why you need to pick a stack because, well, there's not enough. So that is your big problem. And you stated just having a really tough time wanting to make sure I have a good resume at least moving forward. And that is fair. So first off, you don't need this up here, right? This can be deleted. It should look like this. This is how it is. Also, you kind of doxed yourself, so I had to delete that. Please stop doxing yourself when you submit to me. Please stop. Please stop. I have to scrub it out. And if you dox too much stuff, I can't even show your resume. So your problem is not formatting, right? Yes, this formatting can be better, but it's just you don't have enough. If I need to see front end, well, where's PHP? That's in all the job descriptions. I know that's not front end. I don't care. That's what they say they need. That's what they need. Where's the PHP? Where's the Next.js? Where's the React? Where's the, I think you did have Angular somewhere, but yeah, where's the Angular, right? Where's the SEO? Where's the Git? Where's the CI/CD? I don't see it. If you're going for back-end Java, well, I need more Java. So I need you to be specific, right? You need to pick a stack. If you don't pick a stack, you're going to keep getting rejected. And what you can do, again, like I said, is multiple resumes. They just need to focus on one. And I'm not saying you need to now decide if you're going to be a full-stack dev or a Java developer for the rest of your career. No, I'm saying you need this resume to be tailored to a certain stack, and then you can have another resume that's tailored to another stack and another stack. That is how that works. Otherwise, you're just not going to have enough. Because right now, that's the thing. Like, there's just not enough. There's just not enough on any of this. None of these have enough. All right. Well, that's all I can do for this one. So let's go to the next resume. This is, I don't know. And this is not this person's fault, actually. So the problem with this is, again, I have to look these up, okay? These are not things I know off the top of my head. I have to look them up, and I try to keep them updated about every 3 months. The problem is system administrator can be like 3 different roles, right? Like it could be kind of like more of an engineering role. It could be help desk. It could be more like a specific like Salesforce role. So I don't know what kind they're looking for. Based on this resume, again, I try to not do the 20 seconds until it's all here to make it more real, but I had to look. So I think this is not a systems administrator. I think this is actually closer to an IT help desk support. So I'm going to change this, and this may be incorrect, but this is just unfortunately the best I can do, to help desk. And what we need with help desk, which could be system administrator, but may not be, is quite a lot. Mac OS, Linux, Androids, Windows. Basically, I need one of those. Education, customer service, troubleshooting, problem solving. Anything from the networking, so DNS, DHCP, TCP, IP, VPN. Multitasking, meet deadlines. The industry specific, so are you working on cloud or Salesforce or LAN, WAN or CRM, which is customer relationship management software. Jira, Office 365, Active Directory, and a bonus for CompTIA, Microsoft Certified Desktop Support, and PowerShell. Those are the things that we are looking for. This person's ratio is unknown, so we don't know. So assuming this is help desk, let's see if I can find it. And go. Okay, oh my gosh, this is way too much. Okay, independently managed and supported during civilian staffing. Okay. Manage user access. Okay, that one's good. Investigated errors, close. Troubleshooted with DMN. DOJ is not needed for Wi-Fi, kind of. Okay, this is close. I see you used my format, which is good, but there are definitely some fixes. So let me reread what they wrote. is I'm transitioning from civil engineering to the IT field and want to present this shift in a way that is clear and reassuring to the interviewers. I've had some success using your resume for other roles, but I believe your critique could help make it even stronger. Yeah, you definitely... I don't want to be like, oh, garbage. It's not. You definitely have the core of a good resume here. We just need to make some changes. My primary goal is to refine it. I begin applying for junior system admins over the next couple of months. So the assumption that this is actually help desk, which again, it could be, it's just system admin is such a broad title. It's like you need to tailor your resume to a job title, but sometimes you need to tailor it to like a more niche job title. Like software engineers have to pick a stack, so they have to go even deeper. Marketing is also the most annoying for this because like a marketing manager could be a manager who manages other marketers, a singular marketer that is managing the process, or managing a single campaign. So marketing is the extra villain of that because they do some weird stuff with their titles, but we need to be specific. So I think this is help desk because you have some help desk. And here's how we need to fix it. So first off, you were right. This stuff is good. But you know what we don't need? We don't need this, right? Like this is not related. If you're changing industries, which is okay, and I actually don't think you need the summary for that because, well, you have the help desk stuff right here. But you don't need this stuff because it's irrelevant. So it's okay to leave it off. And then here, wow, that expires in 30. Wow, that's a while. Just condense this. Like you can actually just have 2 bullet points that have all of this in and just say like CompTI network security plus in parentheses, and then so it'll be CompTI, and then in parentheses it'll be network plus, security plus, project plus, CYSA plus, pen test plus, and then down here the third bullet point will be the rest of these, right? And that should be okay. Although I don't even know if you need this stuff. ServiceNow maybe, the cybersecurity maybe, but this is the stuff that's valuable, and this. So then we go down to the bullet points, and they're not bad, but they're too long, right? Like your goal should be 3 keywords per bullet point. That should be the goal. And right now I see maybe 1 or 2 for each. Now you did get them right. You got like Windows 10, you've got identifying issues, you've got permissions through Active Directory. I just need them to be crunched more together. Although I don't see specifically customer service, which I would like to see more of. So have a little bit more of customer service. Because like I would phrase this instead as, let's see, how would I phrase this? What's it doing? Civilian staffing. I would say supported our computer issues such as Windows 10, or I guess our Windows 10 computer issues at our events using TCP, DNS, THCP, blah, 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 Azure network, that kind of stuff. Because you have only about 40% of what I need, and again, they're spread out too much. So crunch them together. It'll be okay. And then down here for help desk, again, same thing. I need more of these, including the customer service and problem solving. And then I think you'll be fine. Like, honestly, if you just leave this stuff off, right, leave this off, and then probably leave this one off, but keep these for sure. These are the ones I'm kind of iffy on if you should have them or not, but definitely keep these. So, to summarize, you basically, what I've been doing is pontificating too long without getting to the point. So I need you to get to the point faster. I need it to be punchier and quicker, but otherwise you are on the right track. But let's go to the next resume. This is a full stack developer. So what we need is degree, TypeScript, JavaScript, CSS, HTML, React, React.js, Node.js, Angular, Next.js, SQL or NoSQL, MongoDB, RESTful APIs, REST APIs, Cloud, CI/CD, Git, .NET or Python or Java, and a bonus for any of the stuff there. So if you notice, even though front end obviously is included in full stack, the full stack qualifications list is different than the front end qualification list. There is no PHP. There is no SEO. Those are the things you want specifically for a primary front end. For full stack, when you're doing a little bit of all, you need this. And if I don't see TypeScript, JavaScript, CSS, and HTML in your first sentence, it's not good. You'll probably get declined. So I don't know this person's ratio. Yeah, I don't know this person's ratio. They did not submit it. So let's find it in 20 seconds. See how good it is. And go. Okay, can't use this. Education is fine, should be 1. Worked with 5+ clients using Next.js, React, TypeScript. Okay, good. Supabase, no. React is no tailwind, that's okay. Flow solution from scalability. Collaborated with clients, it's okay. Automation processing, don't care. And declined. So this is a decline. It's not terrible. It's just they don't have enough, right? Like I found TypeScript, that was good. I found Node.js, I found React. You have twice for some reason. I don't need React Native and React. We have Node.js, and that's it. That's it. Where's the JavaScript, HTML, and CSS? Where's the SQL or the NoSQL? These are in the job description, right? You can't get mad at me for this because this is what they're requiring. If you don't have what they're requiring, you're not going to get moved forward. It doesn't matter how basic or simple it is. They need it. You got to put it in. It's like most recruitment jobs, right, have use an ATS. You know what? The thing is, almost every recruiter has used an ATS. We still have to put that in our resumes. So let me read what you wrote. You said, I've been applying for internships, not getting responses from big tech companies. Wait, are you applying for internships or full-time roles? Okay, these are not the qualifications for... You gotta be specific. You stated full stack developer. This is what I need for a full stack developer. But guess what? This, which I'm putting up right now, here is what I need for an intern. If you notice, those are different qualifications. The resume that gets you an internship is not the same resume that gets you a full-time job. This is the stuff I need for an intern. Which, did I cover an intern in this video yet? I have not. Okay, so for an intern, what we need is a basic knowledge of the tech stack, the ability to work well with others, and you can take direction and criticism. That's it. That's all that we need. And you don't show that at all. At all. No, there's nothing there that shows that you would do that. Yeah. So the only things I really found is stuff in this sentence right here, right? And even then, I don't see JavaScript, TypeScript, or HTML. Yeah, and those would be the key ones for full stack. So what you're oh, I did see TypeScript. TypeScript's right there. But I don't see JavaScript, HTML, and CSS. I don't see SQL. You may not have cloud. That's okay. But I'd still like to see it. I don't see the library or whatever it is you've used. I guess we can count Node.js or whatever as it. But yeah, you're just not showing that you meet the qualifications. Like, you can look at the job descriptions. This is what they're asking for. It may be ridiculous, and you may be a top 10 dev or whatever it's called, but this is what they're looking for. And if you don't put JavaScript, HTML, and CSS, not Tailwind CSS, just regular CSS, you are going to get rejected. If you don't put how you can work well with others and you can take direction and criticism, you're going to get rejected from internships. That's what they require. That is the requirements. Once you get your full-time role, then you can go to this right here. This is full-time. The other stuff was intern. Because these are different, right? Like, this is why you can't just have a generalized resume. Each of these roles requires a separate resume. And you need to tailor your resume to the job title or niche of job title. Otherwise, you're just going to get rejected. Because they don't really care that you work with 5 clients. They don't care that you collaborated to gather requirements or whatever. They just want to see that you can use this stuff. That's why you're having issues. So please fix it. And be very clear on if you're applying for a full-time role or an internship, because those are different qualifications. Next, resume. This is a data engineer. So what we need from a data engineer is Python, ETL, or ELT, Scala, data algorithms, SQL, big data, cloud, data X, so data lakes, data models, etc. Snow, anything involving that, ELSA, whatever it's called. Oh man, they should name something ELSA from that. I feel like that's a logical conclusion. Ability to manage and communicate data plans to non-technical people, the industry, because I can't be in every industry, so like SDLC or B2B, and a bonus for DevOps, Jira, Confluence, and MS Office. This person says they have a 1 in 50, so I'm expecting this to barely pass, but still pass. All right, and go. Oh, this hurts my eyes to read. Pipeline, okay. ERP. Oh, Star Scheme Data Warehouse is what I'm looking for. Query SQL. Oh man, this hurts. Python. Okay, you have some of them. All right, you actually had some of the stuff. Like your formatting is your biggest, well, issue. Let me read what you wrote, but it actively hurts my eyes to look at your resume. So please use this. Like, I'm not even being hyperbolic here. Like, this is actually painful considering how many resumes I see a day in volume. I am actively applying to data engineering, data scientist, data analytics roles. Those are all different roles. You need a separate resume for each of those. If you use a good data engineer role, you are going to get declined from data analytics roles and vice versa. You need separate resumes. But you do actually have most of what I'd want in a data engineer, at least. But let's see, I've got 2 interviews, both in the current industry. I want to know how I can get interviews outside my industry. You have a better resume. The industry is nice, but you can still make it. It's going to hurt your ratio, but it's not going to be a deal breaker. Let's see, something is off with my current resume, but I don't know what it is. It hurts my eyes, and your bullet points are mid. They're not terrible, but they're mid. But I have hands-on experience in production level work. I worked with non-technical people. I know the issues come. This is very difficult to read. So, first off, fix your formatting, please. This is an absolute nightmare. Make it look like this. And then we get down to the bullet points, and you actually have some of the stuff I want, right? So, delete this, delete this, put your education up at the top. Built end-to-end ETL pipelines with 15 production Airflow DAGs, processing 320 documents from heterogeneous sources, implementing automatic extraction, blah, blah, blah. So just say built end-to-end ETL pipelines or ELT pipelines using, and then you can add some of this stuff for our construction company, right? You made it too technical. Design star schema data warehouses. Okay, it's good that you have data warehouses. I don't think star schema is needed. And BigQuery, which is probably something I should have put using don't care. So you wrote it almost right. Like, that's the part that bugged me. If you remove the percentages and you just added 1 or 2 of these other things, you would have fantastic bullet points. So you need to completely redo everything in this resume, but it really should not take you more than like 20 minutes because you're really close to how it should be. Then we go down here, which is ETL, ELT, Python. So yeah, just seriously put this stuff in here and make it simpler, and you will get so many more interviews because you actually almost already have it. You just keep ruining it by adding irrelevant stuff like star schema and ERP, although that could be industry related. But these percentages and DBT models with automated tests and numbers, those are irrelevant. It needs to be completely relevant. If you just think something is impressive but it's not relevant to the job, leave it off. Like, a resume is not to show how impressive you are and all your accomplishments. It's a focused document that shows one specific, you meet the minimum qualifications for a specific job title. That is it. So simplify this, fix the formatting, add a few more of these, remove all those numbers, and you will have a fantastic resume. That's all I can do for this one. I wanted to thank you all for watching, subscribing, liking, commenting, and reposting. It really helps me in my battle against the algorithm. And thank you all very much to my members for supporting me. You get access to videos a little bit early than anybody else. And, you know, if you ever need more help, join my live stream every Monday, Wednesday, Friday at 11 a.m. PST at twitch.tv/headlessheadhunter. And I will see you all in the next video to help you get a job.